Hey, what's up, YouTube? This your boy PJ2 Hot here and back with another video, and today I'm doing a first impressions of Star Wars Battlefront, the new Star Wars Battlefront. You know what I'm saying? And I am absolutely loving this game. I mean, it is addictive. You know, all I've been playing lately pretty much is this game. You know what I mean? And of course Tomb Raider. But you know, besides the point, like all I've been playing pretty much is this game. And oh yeah, I've been playing Fallout too. But I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like the main game I've been playing right now has been Star Wars Battlefront, and I just can't stop playing it. Like I've been playing it, and it is mad fun. You know, and that's what games need to be nowadays. Just be fun. You know, and people need to just have fun and stop being so critical so much over games. Now, some of it's understandable. But, you know, a lot of times we all just complain about games just to complain, and we complain about games that we have never played. So how can you put an opinion on a game that you have not played for yourself? You know what I mean? But, you know, the hate on this game is wild. You know what I mean? It's all over the place. Half the people hating on the game have not even played it. So that gives us sure, like what I was saying is, play the game, give yourself an opinion. If you're over here judging games about playing it, man, I'm sorry, but you need to sit down, you know, look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is wrong with me? You know what I mean? Because judging a game from not playing it, it doesn't make any sense, because how can you forge an opinion of if a game sucks or this game is overhyped if you haven't played it yet? Now, if you played it and then you just don't like it, then you could say, okay, the game, I don't like the game, I think it's overhyped. Then you could say that. But if you have not played it yet, wait till you play it. Play it. Go to a friend's house or something. Whatever you do, you don't have to buy it. Rent it. You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, then you can forge your opinion. But that's just what that's what I think. Now, some of the hate from this game, I mean, like, you know, like some of the hate this game is getting is understandable. I understand the lack of content. It doesn't have as much content as the original Battlefronts had. Also, the lack of a single player stuff. I mean, I'm like, there are some single player modes. You know, like they have the single player they call battles, but it's like on a smaller map. I think a smaller version of the actual map. You know what I mean? On the multiplayer, and they have these survival modes, which is actually very fun. Like the survival modes are fun. I actually enjoy those a lot. You know what I mean? And I think they have like some tutorials too that you can play offline. You know, like it's got a few little single player, offline solo play, you know, modes that you can do. But for the main, you know, point, the game's main focus is online. And technically Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, they were pretty much, well, I don't know if 1 had online. I haven't played Star Wars Battlefront 1 in so long, I can't even remember if it had online or not. I know Battlefront 2 did. But you know, you could tell, especially Battlefront 2, you could tell that game was pretty much centered around online too. I mean, the single player modes was just playing the online matches with bots. You know what I mean? Along with that little single player campaign, which really doesn't count. And that's another thing. I'm talking about Star Wars Battlefront, the new game, but I'm talking more about the old games in my first impressions. But I'm saying this to give a point, you know, about the complaints about the no single player campaign. The first two Star Wars Battlefronts didn't really have a campaign either. It was pretty much a stormtrooper narrating the events that happened in the movie. There was no original story in those games. You know, now that canceled Star Wars Battlefront 3 was going to have an original story, I think. From the footage that I've seen, it looked like it was going to have its own original story. Now, if 1 and 2 actually had its own original story, then I can understand. But they never really had their own story to begin with. So this not having a single player campaign really doesn't make any difference, because you guys probably didn't play the single player campaign in 1 and 2. You guys probably went straight to online or those online bot modes, you know, the single player bot modes with the bots. Like you probably just went and played that. You didn't go to that single player campaign. That wasn't the main focus. The main focus was the online. And, you know, it's always been like that. So, you know, y'all just like, y'all didn't play the single player campaign in the originals, but because this one doesn't have it, now all of a sudden y'all loves the single player campaign. Yeah, y'all probably didn't even play it in the first two. Okay, but yeah, that was just my little point on that. You know what I mean? The game is absolutely fun. You could playing as the heroes like you guys select from 3 heroes. I know on the hero and villains on the hero side, it's Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia, and on the villain side, it's Boba Fett, the Emperor, and Darth Vader. I always pick Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker because I be going in with them lightsabers, man, like deflecting the lasers back to the enemy. It is mad fun. Like the game is fun, and that's what we need. Fun. It is casual, but there's nothing wrong with you being a hardcore gamer and liking a casual game. There is nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Some people think, well, you playing a casual game, you're not a hardcore gamer. How am I not a hardcore gamer? Because I like a casual game. Like, there are hardcore gamers that like Call of Duty. Is Call of Duty, is Call of Duty the main game that they like? Their main game that they play? No. They play other games, but they don't mind playing a Call of Duty game because they enjoy it. Like, casual games are fun. You can have fun with them. It doesn't mean that, like, as long as you know that they're casual, and don't you try to say that you're a hardcore gamer knowing that you only play casual games, and that's a different story too. But you know, it's a fun game. It is a lot. It is casual. It's more of a anybody with no experience can pick up this game and just play it. You know what I mean? It's just made because the game is made for so everybody can enjoy it. You know what I mean? For everybody to come, and it is doing a good job. And the sound effects are absolutely amazing. Like DICE did a great job. DICE did a great job with this. The sound effects are incredible. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to just turn off the music and just listen to the sound effects. You know what I mean? It is very, very, very good. The graphics, when I saw that E3 trailer, man, I was like, the game is not going to look like that. When it was on Indoor, on that gameplay engine, like when they were showing off the engine, I think it was like last year's E3. No, it was, yeah, I think it was last year's E3 or the year before. I'll say last year's E3. I was like, that gameplay, it ain't gonna look nothing like that. And the game looks like that. That Indoor, when it was like, oh yeah, that trailer that they showed when it was it was in the in-game engine, but it was just showing the battlefield and stuff going on. But they said it was playing in the game engine. Nobody believed, like I said, nobody believed it was going to look like that. But the game came out and it actually looks like that. Like it looks exactly like it looked in those trailers. And that is the crazy thing about it. Like DICE did not lie. You know what I mean? They didn't downgrade. It looks exactly the same. They did a good job. The only thing I don't like is the voices. They didn't get the original voice of Darth Vader. I can't remember his name. Was it James Irwin or James Irvin? I can't remember, but you guys know the actual voice of Darth Vader, the guy who's always voiced Darth Vader from the beginning. You know, I think they didn't have the money to get him, so they got some, I guess, like janitor from the, janitor's closet to come in and do the voice, and it sounds absolutely terrible. It just, it's awful. You know what I mean? But I think they got the guy that did the voice of the Emperor. They got him back, and they obviously, I don't think they got Luke Skywalker, like the original voice of Han Solo on them back, because they were probably a lot much older, so they got somebody else that sounds similar to them. But I think sometimes, I be hearing lines from the movies that they say when they first show up, like when the heroes first show up, but when you're actually playing as them, and killing people, is somebody else doing the voice. But yeah, the game is, I love it. You know what I mean? I am absolutely having a good time with it. I really do recommend you guys picking up or at least renting it, to give it a shot. You know what I mean? It is a very good game. You guys will not be well, if you are a fan of Battlefront, I don't think you will really be disappointed. The only thing I could say you being disappointed about is the lack of content, the lack of, I guess, a space battle. You know what I mean? Because Star Wars Battlefront 2 had space battles and everything like that. And hey, occasionally, yeah, man, I still play Star Wars Battlefront 2 occasionally on PC. So, not bad at all, man. So if I'm serious, like if you guys are looking for a new Star Wars game to have fun with, buy Star Wars Battlefront. It is not bad. The way the complaints that this game is getting is absolutely ridiculous. Some of it makes sense. I understand that some of it is games will get criticism. And games should, because that helps improve them. But this is a reboot. This isn't Star Wars Battlefront 3. This is a reboot of the franchise. It's building it from the ground up and working its way back up. We'll probably see space battles soon. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring space battles back as DLC. But we have to wait and we'll have to see. But anyways, though, this was my first impressions of Star Wars Battlefront. This your boy PJ2 Hot. Peace.